Before I start this video, I want to say that PaperX have done a great job qualifying to Masters Toronto. They've made a ton of improvements, and I hope that they see success there. However, this video, because TMB decides to upload on the same days that I want to, is going to be about PaperX losing to RRQ here. After a miracle run, right? The train found its tracks, it found its footing, but then was immediately derailed, as you see in the thumbnail, by RRQ. Now, PaperX took them the distance. They did what they could, but ultimately were unable to come out on top and make it into the grand finals there and, have the opportunity to win or choke that one as well. So let's go ahead and take a look here at what PaperX did to lose against RRQ, how they can improve it, and are they actually going to be a good team for Toronto, right? Are they going to live off of hype moments and aura like they might have in years past? Or are they actually going to be able to be a good team here? I'm Lionzblade, you should subscribe, and let's get into it. PaperX have 4 rifles going into this bonus round here, but the judge is actually what's going to have the most impact once we get further into the round. Now, RRQ are over here on A. They're going to go ahead and drone, all that good stuff. Devi actually didn't place his Vice Wall here until very early in the round. If you'll recall, he didn't place it pre-round, but he has some of his Vice utilities set up over on B, and then has the wall right here in Tree to try and help him out. I'm not really too sure on why we have mid completely left open as we have someone jiggling where we have a wall holding, but hey, it doesn't really hurt them this round. It actually ends up helping them in a very weird way. As you'll see right here, when they go down mid, they try and fake some sort of mid pressure, assuming that someone is watching mid, maybe from market. Right here, as you can see, they do the smoke, they do the TP, they do the dart, they fake the TP here, and again, this only works if someone is there to hear the TP being faked. Obviously, no one is, and then the judge, as I said, is going to find a good bit of value here with something, and I was honestly confused on how they lost this round at first. As you can see here, this judge going to go ahead and, if we'll wait a second, get 2, boom, boom, and then something actually was the one to get the second one, but right there for a second gets his 2. Now, 3v2 scenario, all of your rifles are still in here, and you have some good utility, right? Jing has his paranoia, Patman has a flash, Molly, and even with time being so low, I love the discipline here from Patman to not try and over peak, right? Just waiting on that plant to come in and then go play with your team. The issue is that why in the world is Monette still main, right? Why did he take this long to rotate? Well, PaperX think that as well. There's absolutely no possibility someone's taking that long to rotate over. Why would you plant in a 1v3 when no one is there to help you out or hold you? And even though the stream started there, I do promise you, as you'll see here, that the lurk had the impact right there, killing Devi, and then a nice round there from Zephyro. I apologize if I mispronounced that. So PaperX go ahead and lose that. But how did PaperX start winning anyways? They were on a really good run to make Masters Toronto, and I would just love to shout out Patman's flexibility here. I think that it worked out really well for the team, honestly, that Mindfreak got benched. Patman is flexible enough to make things work, right? And Jing, Omen, and Raze are 2 H's that can be ran on a decent amount of maps, and I am excited to see how they go ahead and approach shifting away from the tail meta. They're already doing it on this very map, actually. If you'll notice back to the comps, right? If you notice back to the comps here, they're playing something that is, in my mind, what the Ascent meta will look like once Teo gets nerfed. With the KO fade, teams have started to prefer fade over Sova, certain teams in certain ways. I really like that they're preparing for that because they've already qualified to Masters Toronto, and in Toronto, Teo nerfs are going to be active. Sunset is coming back to the pool. They play the Sage there. It'll be very interesting to see how they perform. Now, PaperX have gone 6 rounds without being able to win. Some interesting trips here from RRQ's Cypher. I guess he thinks that something is going to updraft past the first trip to get into the second trip. It's a very interesting idea. Maybe the only way I could see this being used is maybe something thinks, oh, there's a trip here, I'll updraft over it so that there isn't any info that, the trip is here and then I've passed it. And so then he gets caught by the second trip. Maybe. Anyways, I'm focused on that way too much. RRQ do a good job of getting the bomb down right here. And now they go ahead, they drone, they have the tail ult and everything online. The Cypher is going to be lurking, but this Vice ult has a ton of impact, even with the tail ult, to try and kind of mitigate the fact that they have no guns, right? A very versatile whiff here for a second. I mean, if you need him to whiff to the left, if you need him to whiff to the right, he's got it. I mean, look at this. Woo! Any type of whiff in the game, he's got it. He played a whole comp, by the way. It was really sick. All the agents he could flex to. But what was not really sick was RRQ this round. Didn't do too well. As you can see here with the movement there from Patman, very nice. Then the lurk is fairly obvious once everyone else is dead. Good round by Paper X. They didn't have many of those this game, but again, they had some overall. And I think that they'll do pretty fine at Toronto, especially, I know I harped on this already, but a forward-thinking comp. This comp was not necessarily the best optimal comp in this current meta. Now, it may have been for them, but I like to think that they at least thought about the fact that, hey, Teo nerfs, once we played Toronto, are going to be enacted. Let's get some official play in with the comp we will be using. At least that's what I hope happened. Now, Paper X have won 2 rounds in a row, and RRQ don't want to give them any momentum. As something scales up over here towards B main here onto the 3 players on the B side of the map, they go ahead and react off of that. They've been doing this Yoru TP mid a lot here because Paper X on some rounds have had literally nothing mid, not even a wall or a player. However, right here, you do have Jing in the smoke, right? And so they know he hasn't scaled past here. Once this Fade Dog says, hey, he's here, he goes ahead, TP's out, right? And you've done your job. You've created a bit of pressure. You've done that, and you've scattered the rotations. Very, very importantly, as they go ahead and try and head towards the A-bomb site. Obviously, the wall is still there, though, so you have that extra layer of security if you're Paper X that, hey, no one's here. Even when you walk away, you know, hey, I'll know if they come through tree. They can't really go through that without us knowing. Obviously, Yoru out of TPs. Maybe one yet could have TP'd through, but that's not the point anymore. I really thought something hit that op shot watching it the first time. It, as you can see, like right here, it looks like he hits something. Not to have a little pun here, but it looked like he hit Yoru there, but it might have just been the clone. Anyways, 3v5 retake. They're not really able to win it out. And again, RRQ on this map just had a pretty good understanding of how they wanted to play the map, how they wanted to bait out Paper X. I really think that Vice Wall should just be mid all the time. I know you can trip it and TP out. I'm willing to take kind of that risk, right? I don't see a reason as to why your Vice Wall isn't mid. There's a reason that the KJ Alarm Bot mid was standard for literal years. It is just that good at giving you the peace of mind that no one is up your mid. So 7-2, and Paper X have started to slip away with the loss of this round. Something goes ahead and scales up here with this op, but they just run the bomb site down, to be quite honest. This is a pretty quick round, but I just wanted to highlight how RRQ were able to just run down some of these sites. Now, obviously, Vice isn't here, so you can't say there was a bad Sentinel hold, but they just got disrespected, right? You have that op online. You're expecting some level of respect on the side of RRQ of that operator. It just didn't happen. You get into a 2v4 scenario, I mean, within 20 seconds of the round start, right? Goes ahead, and now Jing in the 2v4, going to get his VLR rating up, right? Still a negative KD on Omen overall, but he's getting close. I think he's at a 0.99 right now, so able to get these 2 kills, boost the KD. But 9-2, it's not looking great for Paper X, but there is a silver lining. That hope is in the 9-3 curse. They won that last round, and now if they can win Pistol, you have a chance. Ascent is a really snowbally map, but the issue for Paper X is normally you snowball on your defense, right? Kind of stifling them, shutting them down, and now Paper X are on offense after not doing too well on the defensive behalf. But again, there's going to be hope. They're going ahead hitting B here. David was over here with his Vice Wall, having that set up to make sure that no one's coming through. Now, it looks like they're just going to 5-man execute this. No lurker, because again, Devi was over here with his Vice Wall, so he can't exactly go lurk. He was the one that was over here, but they end up canceling the execute. They use a ton of their utility, actually. Not much left after this. The only non-rechargeable piece of util is actually just one of something's Cloudburst, but they elect to go ahead and do a little split here through market. Because with the Cypher on the side of RRQ, he only bought 1 trip, and he used it on site. So there's nothing up mid. Crazy Guy is forced to be in spawn, respecting the fact that they could definitely go up mid. Contact here, chance for a pick from Paper X, not able to get it. Again, I think Paper X are very happy to be able to force those fights. They're a team that I think thrives when you're given the shot to just fight and brawl. As you can see here, this fight on site, they go ahead, get numbers for a little bit, but Jemkin does a nice job here of getting the picks, getting out, and saying, okay, I'm cool with a 3v3 retake. If you guys are, Paper X, happy to oblige here, but Forsaken, great kill, gets another one, and honestly, round winning, right? Now, they do something that I'm not 100% sure about, but I understand why they did it. High-lows when you're low are generally not advisable, but there's not really a non-spammable spot that you can play a Crossfire. Crossfires are better when you're both low, but there's not really a non-spammable spot, right? This box is spammable, this box is spammable, the wall right here is spammable. So I agree with what they did here, able to go ahead and finish it out there and getting the pistol, but also getting some hope on the side of PaperX, just like the hope that I have that you'll hit that subscribe button if you're still around. I've never noticed that giraffe on the wall, but something here is going to die almost instantly here, making it a 4v5. Yoru obviously able to TP out. Now, is Yoru technically better than Jet? Sure. I don't care that something's on the Jet. That is not the biggest problem of PaperX. I do think that they do better, and this is just a gut feeling. I haven't looked at the stats here. I do think they do better on Yoru maps. It seems to fit what they like to do a lot as an agent, but again, I don't really think that the main issue for PaperX there was that something's on the Jet, right? But they stay outside B main here. About a minute left in the round, and this drone is going to see everything. Get shot as they round the corner, and you can see RRQ are ready for this, right? The only person that is on A is Cypher. Omen's able to do that little blind from Market. He's able to do the paranoia. Jing gets the kill, instantly refragged by Crazy Guy to keep the numbers on the side of RRQ, but there's hope. Patman, the new addition, able to kill Crazy Guy, making it a 3v3, keeping the chance alive. Devi, unable to get spammed right there with the Cypher ultimate. So it's still a 3v3 as they're able to plant, and RRQ go, okay, we're going to retake. And it starts to go well for PaperX, right? They actually end up making it a 2v1 by the end of all the trading. You see Forsaken gets a kill there onto Cushy, and then boom, 2v1 scenario. But the issue is you're not able to play together. You're already isolated. Forsaken dies here, and then I'm sure people analyze, oh, should he have swung? Should he have not swung? You can say anything you want when you're not the person that's been playing for the last 5 hours and the person that has to actually make a decision on the stage. Overall, PaperX showed a ton of promise in this run. I'm very happy for them, but I'm also very happy for RRQ. I wish them good luck in the grand finals. I wish myself good luck in getting some subscribers, so you should go ahead and subscribe, and I hope you like my content. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.